जय हिंद दोस्तों, hello and welcome to MyCodeTips. Okay, today we will discuss a important topic, that is block. What is block in Obj C? Normally we execute the function code or scope of codes, you can say that. Then why use block? What is the importance of block in Obj C, or in Swift language we named it as a closure. Then, what is the importance of that particular term block? So as a name says, it's a block. Block of code means you are writing a scope or code, multi-line of code, and the scope of the code is that it will execute step by step, from line number 1 to line number 2, line number 3, then dot till your function ends. Okay, so these are the step by step. It's a sequential procedure. But if suppose your requirement is okay, let's execute all the functions, but I need a simultaneous task that it will execute in the later stage, like download some images from distance server, or download some, update your database on the later stage. You can say that at the end of the function. So is there any possible way to write such codes? Yes, for that point, for that issue, or to resolve that issue or overcome this step by sequential execution of the code, they introduce block or closure. You can say in Swift that is closure. Okay, so what it does, that it will execute all the lines, then later stage it will execute that particular block of code at the stage. So blocks, what is blocks? They can be executed in a later time and not when the code of the scope they have been executed. Hence the code says that your line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, line number 5, dot. These are the code lines. Okay, so it says that they can be executed in a later time. Later time means your block is written here. Okay, so this particular block will execute in the last stage. Hence you can say that on the later stage. Okay, so as the scope said that they have been implemented in a traditional way, and they can be executed in a later time. That means suppose I am taking this one. Okay, so your line number is this one. Okay, so your block is here. Okay, and you are calling from here. So what will happen? This will execute first, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. If there is any later code after you are calling your block, then it will call your block in this particular block in this way. Okay, once it executes, then it will execute rest of the line. Okay, got it? So this one is your block, your code of block. You are writing some code within that block statement. Okay, and you are calling that block from here. I'll say how it will call. Okay, for right now, for you can get that it will execute, this block will execute on later stage. Okay, now look at that. Their user leads to eventually much cleaner and tidier code writing, as they can be used instead of delegate methods written just in one place and not spread many places. Blocks are nothing but a closure in Swift. So normally blocks have three parts. First one is return type, second one is naming convention, third one is parameter. Normally this one is the block: return type, block, parameters, and there is a body part also. And block starts with this caret symbol. This is called the caret symbol. Look at this. Okay, return type, name and parameter. Return type, name, parameter. Same return type, name, parameter. Here parameter is void. Here parameter is string and integer. Here parameter is string, means single parameter, double parameter, no parameter means void. Or here is return type is NSDate. Here return type is void, means no return. And here return type is integer. So here is the different part of that one. So this one is the blocks first part, that is return type. This one is the block second part, that is blocks name. That is the here is the blocks third part is blocks parameters. But this part is the statement, the code you are executing. Okay, so if I say that from this example I am calling this this is the block's name. Okay, so what will happen? Multiply two values. Here is the multiply two values. Okay, and I am passing two parameters, that is 2 and 4. So it will pass the two parameters to the statements. What is that? First value and second value. And what will return? First value into second value. First value and second value, that is 8. So return type is double. Here is the return type is double. So return, here is a return type double. So result will store in this. So output will be 8. Okay, so this one is called the storage block. Storage block means suppose you are assigning a parameter or value to a variable. Okay, and you are expecting that this value should be assigned to my code statement in the previous, that is this part. Okay, so block statement, what does it? It does that initially you assign the parameters. Okay, and later on that no, this is not the correct parameter, I should use the computed parameters, means computation parameters, means instead of 84 I will use x into y into z, so blah blah, whatever your whatever your equation will be are there. Okay, so suppose I will take 8 into 4. Okay, is equal to 32. Okay, so I will take 84, I will take 32, or I will take 100, depends on my requirements. Okay, my question is, shall this value changed to this one or not? If answer is yes, the output will be 84. Okay, why? Because you are telling the block that within the scope of this block, what will the value, latest value, then use that latest value. Initial value is 42. Okay, latest value is 84. So when this block is called, it will execute this one. Okay, it will execute this one. Then the integer, a integer, what is the value of the integer? Value of integer is latest one, this. Then it will output, it will execute the 84. Okay, if I will not, if suppose I am not writing this one and just simple writing this one, at that stage the value will be 42, because block will treat this part of code as a constant. Okay, it will not change to the latest value, this one, it will not change. So remember, if there is no block or block storage block, the value will be constant, value will not be changed. If you want to change the your variable or something, or whatever your parameters, then you have to write, and it will take the latest. So let me check. Okay, here is this is the bright example. Okay, I have just wrote. First let me give you the example of how it will execute. Listen, this one is the code block. This one is the code block. Okay, this is the return type, parameter, name and parameter, and this is the statement, code statement. Okay, so whenever your code, if this function will execute, this method is execute, it will come here, then it will not execute this part until this block is called. Okay, look at this. Okay, first it came to 43, then it will goes to 60, then it will go to 51 to then 46. So what will the output? Output is 42. Okay, now one more thing. Suppose I wrote this one to here. Sorry. Okay, what will happen? It will execute this one, then this one, then all this one, all these lines will execute, then this will execute. This will not execute until this call is ended. Okay, means it will call the test block, this function will complete it, then it will execute rest of the code. Look at this. Okay, so it will, so a block statement, whenever it will not call at the end of the block, but it depends on when you are going to call that block. It is not mandatory that this block will call at the end of the function. No, it will call, it depends on when you are calling that block. I am calling at the middle of the statement. I may call in the end of the function. I will call at the just after the block statement. Okay, so this one. And one more thing, that is, if I am writing to show then that output was 42 initially, right? Just look at this. Okay, I wrote this one. So initially my parameter is, my initial value is 42. Okay, then what will the output? Output will be 42. Output will be 42. But if I wrote here block, then it will say that please execute, please use the value or latest value of this parameters, or you can modify, or you can use the modified values of the parameters or the input. So 42. So let's see 42, then 84. What will output? 84. See, if I will remove this one, (42), 84, but it will use 42. Look at this. So that's the difference. So I suggest, if you are so what right now it treats this parameter, this variable, as a constant variable. Okay, but if I am writing this, it will tell the system that use the updated one. So that's the difference. Okay, we will use more complex methods using blocks or block, so that you can get better understand. In this code statement, you can write any type of what requirement. You are calling database, or you are updating your database, you are calling the REST API methods, callback methods, anything you can call using this one. Okay, hope you will get the point, and hope you will get understand the blocks. Please let me know if there is a doubt. Okay, thank you.